today. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. This is Madden Football on EA Sports.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
For Tyreek Hill.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it.
Winfield Jr.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tano Passanio on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 25.
That's good.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
10 at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And some space here. And all the way down to the 39.
Complete.
Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 49 yards.
1st down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
It's a gain of 17.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. On the move to his left. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are going to take a 1st quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53.
Now Brady on the bootleg. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Brady on target to Gronk. First down, Buccaneers. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Mahomes, first quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. Now Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Chiefs' 6-yard line.
Second down and goal. Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs are within a 2-point conversion of tying us up. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City. This is Madden NFL 21.
Harrison Butker ready to get us started. This should be fun. The Chiefs and Bucks are underway from Tampa. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Now the third-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans.
Brady's pass.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. This is intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. Oh, good move. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brady's pass intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
At their own 5-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And running with power here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A beautiful fake. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Mahomes pass complete to
Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Off the bootleg, Brady. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Off the bootleg, Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Tom Brady sacked.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 47-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mahomes going to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mahomes firing complete and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Mahomes now on first down. That one complete to Hill. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Patrick Mahomes sacked.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Play action. Now it's Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 36 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Sammy Watkins. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This is caught. Watkins. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? And Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand...
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Mahomes to throw once more. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23.
Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense, is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a play fake. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Intercepted by the Chiefs.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And got his man complete. The 20,
oh, that's
10,
the way to run it, boy.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
The Chiefs.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. right after a turnover. You count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Past the 20, 10, and he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. On play action, now Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 6 yards away. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. Yeah.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose.
Is no good on the
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step up. Hey, switch gears.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Off the bootleg, Brady. That's complete to Auclair, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
45 to the mark.
Now Mahomes steps away. And that is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's get that
and
swagger, y'all.
all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Number 10.
Tyreek Hill, 59 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th
Take off your
time
helmet and give me a
today.
kiss next time.
Picked off at the 16. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago.
Screen. Check out.
And here's Edwards-Helaire. They'll try and run it here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So out come the Bucs now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Off the bootleg. Brady airing this one out for Evans. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Intended for Mike Evans.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
56 and 8 seconds.
Throwing again. Brady throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Le'Veon Bell.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, it's Bell, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up third down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Complete to number 10.
Tyreek Hill there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays. I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Now a man coming off a career year in 2019, Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
On 2nd and goal, Brady nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A fumble on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Suck up on now for the Buccaneer field goal.
A 46-yard attempt.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
I was going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it to Bell running left. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
On the carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
And here's Edwards-Helaire. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Wait, that 53! Watch the slant, watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Brings up
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Brady going to find Jones here out of the backfield. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never would show up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
no good. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so a good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first. At the 41-yard line. They'll try and run some clock now with Bell. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
56 is the mic. Come on, D.
To throw again. Brady. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
What you talking about, Rap?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. One final try now for Brady. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Chiefs 58.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.
Breaking hearts and breaking records on the field. It's the Record Breakers. Defense, I hope you did your scouting report for Lamar. It can get ugly real quick. Good pick. Quick question. How many different sack dances will we see from Myles Garrett?